Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have partnered with Unice hair to bring you this video, and I'm just going to try to dye it a nice fall red color. So I was given 3 bundles and a 13 by 4 inch frontal. The sizes of my bundles are 18, 16, and 8, 14, and I believe my bundle is either a 14 or 12. I am not quite sure, but I'll have all those specs below. Right now I'm just showing you guys what the hair looks like in its original state. As you can see, the frontal is gorgeous. The parts in the frontal are already kind of pre-plucked. I was really impressed with this. They seemed pretty defined, and I was like, that's cool with me because I usually wear a side part anyway, so that just made it a ton easier for me. The middle part did have some gray hairs in it, if you guys can see that in this video, which I was a little skeptical about, but it's okay because I was dyeing the hair anyway. Now I am going to bleach the knots on this frontal, so I'm just taking 1 scoop of quick blue bleach and 30 volume developer, and I'm mixing that into a thicker consistency. So I'm just taking my time and I'm kind of just mixing in a little bit of developer at a time to see if I like the way that the consistency is coming out. If it's too thick, just add a little bit more developer, but you don't want to add too much developer in the beginning because then you'll have to add more bleach to balance it out, and then you will be using way too much bleach. So now I'm just going to take a plastic knife and I am going to apply the bleach all over my frontal. I've seen a couple people do this on YouTube. I think I've seen Arnell and Mon do it once, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. When I tell you, this is so difficult. I think the spoon method will be better. I'll try that the next time, but it is better than the brush method because it did not seep through the frontal as much as it would have if I used the brush. I'm just going to place a piece of aluminum foil on top of that and allow that to process for about 30 minutes. Now the original dye that I was using is the Cream of Nature dye, and this is in the color Intense Red, and I did buy some Adore and Ruby Red to kind of amplify it, just because I wasn't sure if the red that came out would be the red I wanted. So according to package instructions, I just went ahead and mixed the mixture and then applied it to the hair. Now the method I'm using right now is just applying it and then I'm brushing it upward so that it can create a more natural gradient. I didn't want that line of demarcation, which is why I turned the brush on its side and pushed it upward toward the root. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you guys watch what I'm doing, you can see the technique. After I apply the mixture, I do comb the hair and then flip it over to make sure I didn't miss any parts of the hair. I usually go by the method of 3 boxes of dye. I do 1 box per bundle, really, and I don't take in consideration the frontal because you use so much less dye on the frontal because you're doing it so carefully. So I just bought 3 boxes of dye per bundle of hair that I'm going to use, just to be safe. Now, as you see, after that first dye application, the color was not very vibrant. It was more of an auburn, so I'm going in with the L'Oreal High Color, and I'm going to try to mix 2 colors, Fire Red and Intense Red, and see if that lifts it. This is the next day, so this is after me washing it and conditioning it and leaving it to dry overnight. I went ahead the next day and tried to do the High Color, and this time I'm using a 40 volume developer to kind of amplify that intensity of that color. Now to do the frontal, I didn't show you guys the first time, but to do the frontal, I am keeping it on my wig head, and this is probably not the best method. It probably is easier to just lay it down flat, but I'm using saran wrap, and I learned this from, I think, Sophiology, to separate the colors so that the roots don't touch and get hair color on them, because I did want to keep my roots darker. At this point I thought the hair would be like super vibrant, and if you can tell, I'm actually doing the colors intermittently. So I'm doing the fire red, and then I'm doing the intense red, and then I'm doing the fire red for the sides. I wanted it to be like a, I don't know, I just really wanted like the colors to kind of come through, but that's not how it happened. So, you know, I did all this for no reason. But I feel like if I bleached the hair first and then I went and colored it, it would have been so much better. Now, this is the next day. The hair is all washed and conditioned and dried, and I'm going to put a few curls in it. This is my 1.5 inch huge ass curling wand from Conair, and I like it because it has that little hook thing on top so that you can put your finger in there when you're like curling up. As you can see, you can hold that part, and it just makes it really easy to use, and it gives you big voluminous curls, which is what I love to do with my hair. I just love big 60s style hair for some reason. Now the frontal I curl going sideways. Now the back I didn't care how I curled it going every which way because I just wanted the hair to be voluminous and kind of like wavy. But with the frontal, I knew I wanted my hair to be big in the front, so I curled it horizontally, if that makes sense, and I always pin the curls up and allow them to cool. After curling all the hair, I did hit it with a little bit of hairspray and let it sit overnight. But I've been talking for a really long time, so I'm just gonna let you guys kind of enjoy the music and enjoy the serenity of watching hair be curled, and I'll come back in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back and we are just going to apply our wig. If you guys want to see how I do my prep for my wigs, please let me know down below and I can film an entire video on that. This is my first time using Ghost Bond glue to apply a wig, and when I tell you it was a mess, but it came out okay. So you guys are watching me kind of struggle to situate the wig on my head because Ghost Bond is not a game. Like, it really is not a game, and I know what I can do differently now, but at the time I was kind of just going with the flow. And yeah, so the gods were with me on this one because that could have came out really badly. So I'm just going to take the pins out of the curls and take a really big paddle brush and completely brush those curls into like some really big waves. At this point, I didn't know what style I really wanted to do. I knew I wanted my hair to be fuller at top and a side part, but it just was not coming out right. Like, it was looking really crazy. So I was getting discouraged. I did turn on my side light so you guys can see the color of the hair. It is a gorgeous like maroon color. I decided to go ahead and try to slick down one of the sides behind my ear, and I figured that would make the hair style look a little more put together. And then I just teased a few parts at the top and then the crown of the hair and did my baby hairs, and that was just about it for styling, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this entire process, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so this is basically the finished product on this hair, and now I'm going to just tell you a little bit about Unice and what I personally think about the hair. So starting with the pros, I'm going to start with the pros because they far outweigh the cons in my opinion. This hair is very voluminous. This is only 2 bundles in the frontal. I only used 2 bundles in a frontal for this wig. I do intend to later reconstruct the wig and use the 3rd bundle, but for this one I didn't want to use it because I wanted to be able to do slick back styles, and I noticed whenever I use more than 2 bundles when I do a whole wig, I'm never able to get that sleek slick back look. So I want to definitely try it out with this hair. The frontal came mostly plucked. It was very little plucking I had to do. I think I plucked the entire thing in like 30 minutes to get it to look like this, and I just kind of plucked the front a little bit. As you guys saw before when I was dyeing it, you kind of saw like the grooves were already in it and the baby hairs were already kind of like trying to form themselves, so it came pretty much with most of the work done. The hair was pretty resilient when dyeing it. I didn't feel a huge like change in the bundles when I dyed it, even though I did it 2 times. Yeah, even though I processed it 2 times, I did not feel a huge change in the texture of the bundles. Matter of fact, they actually they bounced right back. They curled well. This is actually later on in the day. Earlier today is when you saw me putting the wig on, and this is after work. So this has been a total of 10 hours. I curled it yesterday. So I curled it yesterday at 6, and these curls have still been in here. I brushed it out this morning, and this is still from today's wear and tear. It's not a lot of tangling. As you can see, I'm running my hands through it, and I'm not getting a lot of tangling. I'm not getting hardly any shedding. I'm not getting hardly any shedding from this. I think I didn't get any hair. Okay, so I'm not getting a lot of shedding, maybe 1 or 2 strands as I'm running my hair through it. There, we got a strand. Okay, good. And I did cut my wefts. So I did cut and I did not seal them. So the hair does not shed from, you know, the hair does not shed, basically. As far as the construction of the frontal, I did bleach my knots. The knots did not come bleached, as most frontals do not come bleached. You have to do some work, y'all. I know that my subscribers don't like to do any work per my last 2 hair videos, but you do have to do a little bit of customizing with this frontal. So if you're not willing to do that, then you know, the hair came in a natural dark state. You guys saw that at the beginning of the video. It takes color well. I think I will try to lift this hair and dye it a brighter red, but I wanted to see how bright I could get it using just the color in the developer. And it is actually a very gorgeous, like kind of like a plum maroon. It's a very pretty fall color, and that's why I put this lip on, because this lip actually goes really well. I'm not sure if you guys can see. I'm gonna put the light on, but like in the light it becomes a very gorgeous maroon toned. The freaking hair, the color came out gorgeous. The hair processed really nicely, and the frontal did process a lot faster than the bundles. For some odd reason, I'm not sure why frontal hair processes faster than bundles, but you always do your frontal last. I'm just gonna put that one out there. As far as cons go, the hair did come with a few gray hairs. It wasn't a ton, but I did, as I was going through, I did see a couple gray hairs here and there. So this is just a piece of hair from one of the bundles that I have in. So technically I didn't even use all 2 bundles, but we're just going to talk about the construction of the weft. The construction of the weft, see if you guys can see that. It is fairly neat. The beards are like next to none, so that's good. Like, that's good. It doesn't have a ton of beard on it, and the weft is really neatly sewn together. Yeah, so this hair does straighten bone straight. I did straighten it before I curled it, and it straightens extremely beautifully and silky. Like, it looks like a silk press. Another con is that it did take me longer than I thought it would to dye the bundles this color. I had to do it twice, and for both times I left it on for over an hour, so I was a little confused about that because I thought it would lift a lot more, but maybe it's the color dye I chose, because when I went back and watched some other people's videos and they used the same exact dye, basically their hair was a lot more vibrant than mine, and I'm under a lot of lights right now, so you would think that it would be, you know, brighter or whatever, but it didn't come out as bright as I wanted it to, which is why I will lift it and dye it another brighter color. It did come out a beautiful color, so that might be on me for choosing a color. I thought intense red meant it would be intense, you know. Like everybody else uses magenta and it comes out more red than this. So I don't know if it's the hair or if it's the coloring I chose. But I know you can bleach this hair, but dyeing it without bleach didn't yield the results that I thought it would. And I don't want to completely blame it on the hair, but it did worry me that I wasn't able to get the color I wanted without completely bleaching the hair. So basically that is it for my review of this hair. I hope you guys enjoyed the entire process. If you have any questions, please list them down below. If you guys do decide to purchase from Unice, this is the one from Amazon, and I will have all the links below where you can buy this hair. I highly recommend this hair, you guys. Like, it's affordable and it is so freaking gorgeous. Like, I just can't believe that this is only 2 bundles. Like, this is legit only 2 bundles and it looks like super natural. I will put the 3rd bundle in because I really like full hair. But for now, I think I'm just going to rock this like natural look and kind of go with the flow of this natural look. But yeah, go ahead and check out Unice on Amazon down below. And if you do like the hair, don't forget to leave them a comment on Amazon or do a review yourself. Let me know how you like it. Let me know you did the review so I can check it out too. Thank you guys so much. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps me out a lot. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you did not like this video, go ahead and watch it again and watch it again and watch it again and watch it again until you do like this video, and then give me a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much.